Plantar fascia is a fancy term for the fascia or the connective tissue that runs along the bottom side of the foot. And the plantar fascia actually helps to support the arch of the foot. So today we're going to do a plantar fascia stretch, and as the name implies, this is going to actually stretch the plantar fascia along the undersides of our feet. So it's pretty cool. What we want to do is start off with our ankles right directly beneath our knee joint. So we don't have our feet in here, we don't have our feet out here, we just want them right directly beneath the knees. We're going to cross one leg over the other so that the ankle bone comes just above the knee. And we're going to take one foot. Now you definitely want to do this barefoot. So I said 1 foot. You want to take one hand, and you're going to take your fingers and you're going to actually interlace them between your toes. So I know it's a little bit weird. Maybe you're not used to, most of us aren't used to having something between our toes. I remember the first time I did this, I could barely get my fingers to fit. It's still tough, but you want to try to get one finger in between each toe. Now you're going to want to sit up nice and tall. Try to place a small arch in your lower back, and you're going to take your foot and you're going to circle it around in a full circle going in one direction 10 times. Now you want to try to relax your foot and your ankle, and you want to try to actually use your hand and your arm to create that circle. And your goal is to make the biggest, fullest circle that you can possibly make, and to really pull your toes forward and then push your toes back as well. So we're trying to get the full range of motion of the toes and the foot here. Okay, so after we've done 10 circles, we're going to switch, and we're going to circle going in the other direction. 2, I'm kind of losing one of my toes there. There we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now as you do this, you do want to make sure that you're keeping your back flat and straight so you're not hunching over like this to reach your foot. And that's 10. Now we're going to do 10 point flexes. So you're going to pull your toes over and try to get that nice stretch right there through the top of the foot. And you're going to flex your foot back and try to get the full range of motion. 2, we're going to go to 10. And again, we're keeping our foot and our ankle relaxed, and we're using our arm and our hand to actually create the range of motion in the foot. 8, 9, and 10. After you finish one side, you're going to want to switch and do the same thing on the other side, interlacing your fingers between each toe. And man, it is definitely tough to get those fingers in there, but do the best that you can. Another key thing about this exercise, what makes this so effective and great for our feet, is because if you think about most of the shoes that we wear, especially dress shoes and business type shoes, they taper at the toe, right? So because of that tapered foot, shoes definitely cause our feet or our toes to kind of squish together. And that's not good. Our toes are supposed to actually kind of splay and hug the ground as we move and as we walk, and shoes unfortunately hinder that proper toe movement. So one of the reasons why it's so difficult for a lot of us to get our fingers between our toes is because our toes are used to being squished together. So this helps to actually reposition the structure of the foot. And because of that, this can actually be a little bit uncomfortable or maybe even painful at the beginning. So I encourage you to definitely listen to your body, and if this doesn't feel good, maybe put it aside, revisit it at another time. But it should definitely feel like you're moving and working your foot in new ways. So on the opposite side, you're going to circle 10 times, making sure that you're keeping that back nice and flat. And one of the other things that I really like about the plantar fascia stretch is that not only are we getting this almost, stretching effect to the plantar fascia along the underside of our feet, we're spreading the toes, so we're restructuring the foot, and we're moving the ankle joint through a full range of motion. Not only are we getting all of that benefit, but notice the position here. We have this leg crossed in this position that we call femur abduction. So we're encouraging that femur bone to move out away from the midline of the body. Now, if you think about it, and if we kind of put everything together and think of foot issues as being more symptomatic of maybe in most cases not just the foot itself, but improper movement, improper gait. And where a lot of that stems from is from the hip, and the hip really not moving properly. And in most cases, what's happening when there's issues with the foot, foot pain, plantar fasciitis, in a lot of cases, the arch of the foot is actually collapsed and the foot is pronating or collapsing inward. And what's happening in conjunction with that, if you watch yourself walking maybe in a mirror, or maybe you've seen another person walking and noticed that the knee is actually collapsing inward as you're walking. So the term for that is valgus. So what that means is that the knee is knock-kneed. And where that stems from is really a muscular weakness in the outer hip, and really an inability, or the body has forgotten how to move the femur or the thigh bone away from the midline of the body. So that is actually related or connected to the fact that the foot wants to pronate or cave in because of the tendency for that hip to want to go inward. So all of that is connected. So the cool thing about the plantar fascia stretch is that here we're encouraging that femur to move out away from the midline of the body, so we're stretching and activating those outer hip muscles, and at the same time we're moving that foot, so we're kind of addressing that whole hip to the knee to the ankle connection along with the foot. So that's the plantar fascia stretch. I recommend that you do 10 repetitions in each direction on each foot, and afterwards you should just expect to feel more relaxed in your feet. For me personally, this almost feels like I just got a great foot massage. So it's a nice, easy, free way to give yourself a foot massage. I definitely recommend that you try this if you are having foot issues. But even if you're not having foot issues, still give this exercise a try, because I can almost guarantee all of us have dysfunctional feet. I hate to use that word because it has more of a negative connotation, but it's true. All of us, we wear shoes. We spend too much time sitting, and as a result, our gait, our walking is impacted, and our feet are impacted. So I encourage doing this either on its own or maybe part of a warm-up or a cool-down, or if you're part of one of my online programs like the posture workout, every now and then you might see this incorporated in one of the workouts. And if you want to learn more about the posture workout, check the link in the comments below to my website. Once you get there, you'll see a listing of all of my programs, and definitely encourage you to check it out. If you have any questions about this exercise, please post it in the comments below, and please like this video if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it, and especially subscribe to my channel so that you can get all of the updates when I post new videos, and we can stay connected and you can stay in the loop with all of these cool exercises that I'm bringing you here on my YouTube channel. So thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.